Welcome to our tutorial on how to install WordPress on a website. In the next few minutes, I'll be showing you how to manually install WordPress on a web server. As you already know that WordPress is a free open source software package that you can install on a web server to create a high quality website or blog that can be managed with just a web browser. You can download the WordPress setup files from wordpress.org. But before we begin the install, there are a few things you'll need. First, you'll need a web hosting account with a good web hosting provider. There are many web hosting providers that offer both shared as well as dedicated hosting plans. Bloggers who are just starting can go with a shared hosting plan, which is very cheap as compared to dedicated hosting. You'll also need FTP client software in order to upload the WordPress setup files on the web server. There are good options available like FileZilla, CyberDuck, FireFTP or Transmit. For this video, I'll be using FileZilla. After downloading it, install this application on your computer. To perform the FTP operation, you'll need the FTP credentials like hostname, username and password, which are provided by your web hosting provider. At the end, you'll need a web browser to run the WordPress script. We recommend Google Chrome or Firefox. Manual WordPress installation can essentially be divided into 5 steps. First, we'll download the latest version of WordPress from wordpress.org. Second, we'll upload the WordPress setup files on a web server using FTP client software. Third, we'll be creating a MySQL database and user. Fourth, we will configure WordPress to link it to the database and user. And lastly, we'll run the WordPress script using a web browser. So let's get started. First, download the latest version of WordPress from wordpress.org. After the download is complete, unzip this folder. Now open FileZilla and enter your FTP account credentials to connect with your web server. All the FTP client software have more or less similar interface. On the left hand side, you'll see files on your local computer. And on the right hand side, you'll see files on the web server. Now on the left window, locate the unzipped folder that you just downloaded. We are going to upload these files on the web server. And on the right window, I will locate the subdomain on which I want to install WordPress. I'll now select all the files on the left and simply drag them to the right hand side. This will begin uploading WordPress files on the web server. While our files are uploading, let's open our web hosting control panel. In the control panel, look for the section called Databases. that essentially allows us to create MySQL database and user. WordPress actually stores website's entire data in the form of a database. Under Databases section, click on MySQL database icon. We'll first create a database from this section. In this box, enter a name of the database and click on Create Database. We'll also need to create a user from this section. Enter a username. It's always good to use password generator to create a strong password, but make sure that you copy it right now as we'll be needing it to configure WordPress in just a moment. So after you are done, click on Create User. From this section, now we need to add a newly created user to a new database and make sure that this user has all the privileges. Click on Make Changes. We will now configure WordPress by linking it to the database and user that we have just created. To do so, open your FTP client software once again. It looks that all the files have been successfully uploaded on the web server. WordPress keeps its database details in a file called wp-config.php. So we'll first rename this file here to wp-config.php. Now right click on this file and select Edit. This will open up the file. Here we need to provide our database name, username and password that we just created. Scroll down further in the file to enter some unique phrases to make our WordPress installation more secured. To do this, simply copy this address and paste it in a web browser window. Then hit Enter or Command key. This will generate some unique phrases that we need. Now copy all the lines and paste it at the right place in wp-config.php file. Now save and close this file. Update the file on the web server. And finally, we'll perform the final step of running WordPress script by opening up a browser window and typing in the site's domain address. This will open WordPress application where it will ask for a few final details like site name and login credentials for the admin area. Fill all the information and click on Install. That's it. You are now ready to log into the admin area of your website. To access the admin area of your website, simply type wp-admin at the end of your website address. Well, I hope this video has been helpful and you are now ready to install WordPress on your own website. Thanks for watching and good luck with your new WordPress website.